Hello guys, today I'm gonna just give you a personal opinion about the open pilot with the Kama 2. I just started right now. I'm gonna set it in a second. Overall it's working fine, happy with it, mostly on the freeways where performs pretty good. In the city, it's okay. Here we go. I'm gonna just start right now. Let's see. Let's set this. Okay, so I'm gonna set it up for 40 miles an hour. Let's see how it goes. I now choose to be on the middle of the lane. There we go. In the city, the distance that it keeps from the car in front, it's small, which is pretty good. The freeway is not great. It keeps a pretty big distance from the car in front, so hopefully they will work on to be able to at least choose the distance. There we go. Here I had to actually stop since there are no cars in front. The open pilot will just drive. The car I drive right now, it's 2021. It's a Toyota Corolla hatchback, and it actually worked. It's plug and play, so there were no modification or anything needed in order to make it work. There we go. We have a car in front. I think I'm gonna try to record the full hour, but I may not comment. I'm doing a trip. The advantage from the stock system, which is, I think it's pretty good, not as good as Kama. However, the advantage is that the car starts and stops by itself, from zero. Here it starts and follows the car in front, where the stock system from Toyota, you'll have to accelerate to resume the cruise control. Like always, be ready to take control if needed. There were some situations where I had to either brake or keep the car in the lane. That usually happens if the road is not clearly marked, but it's very rare. You guys can see in here the road I'm driving on. My lane, it's actually double, and open pilot correctly keeps you on the left side of the lane. The distance between the car in front and myself at around 35-40 miles an hour is pretty good. It's not that big that will frustrate other drivers. On the freeway, sometimes it is. Right now, accelerates. That's close. Like you can see in here, on this situation, I had to override the system and brake. The car had and was accelerating. Most likely didn't see this towing truck in front. Let's see if he follows the right turn. Okay, almost. That was funny. There you go. Let's see. That was interesting. To enter the freeway, and like always, since there are no cars in front, we have to brake. Like you guys saw before, there are a lot of room for improvement, even with this system. It did happen to me before one time where the same scenario happened, or the car would accelerate, so I had to brake myself to avoid a crash. Set it right here, middle lane, and see how it performs. As I was mentioning before, the distance between the car in front and myself, it's I would say pretty big. It can always be smaller, and I hope on the next releases that distance would improve, or at least like the stock system, you will have an option to choose the distance, the following distance. Usually on the freeway, the system is, I would say, almost flawless, especially if you just keep in one lane. It just follows, centers pretty good, follows the cars in front. I don't really have too many complaints in there. I would be careful in the cities, like you've seen before. I would be careful in there and always actually be ready to take control. Remember, this is just an aid, driving aid. It's not made to drive the car by itself. Thank you guys for watching. I will turn off the camera right now and then turn it back on. I will upload the second video too, only with the freeway driving. That's usually boring. It's just probably gonna be an hour of just driving. So if you would like to watch it, feel free to look for that one too.